Hey friends, today we're going over chapter 3. Heads up, you might hear my dog whine in the background. Just ignore it. Sound good? So, what is underlined in blue is information I find important, and what's highlighted in orange are things that are going to be on the test. Let's move on. So let's talk about this first highlighted part. It says, beauty professionals are often held to higher image standards by clients because they view beauty professionals as image experts. For this reason alone, it's vital to look and act your absolute best when in public. This is super important because people tend to judge others by their appearance, and it's sad, but it's just how humans work. So people will judge you by your appearance on how well you can do their hair. So if you don't look like you take care of yourself, then why would they assume that you would take care of them? If that makes sense. And it's a harsh truth, but that's just how it is in the beauty industry. Like, you wouldn't go to somebody with really bad makeup and expect them to do good makeup on you. Maybe they can, but you wouldn't look at them first glance and be like, oh, they'll make my makeup look beautiful. Now, another thing I want to add is dress for the type of clientele you want. So how you dress and present yourself is how you're going to attract people to your chair. So if you are dressing like, if you have blonde hair and you dress it super cute and trendy, those are the kind of clients that you'll bring in. Let's go to the next highlighted part. It says, there are many factors that help create a professional image. Let's jump down to this part. It says, professional behavior, a positive attitude, team camaraderie, good communication skills, and proper ergonomics make the recipe for success more flavorful. Ideally, everyone should present a great total package. And keep this in mind for your social media behavior too. If you are super unprofessional on your social media, that's like your biggest advertising tool. People won't want to go to you if you're the type of person that posts private conversations with clients to make fun of them or stuff like that. So keep that in mind, what you post on social media. Have a private page that people can't access, and then have a public beauty page where you're more professional. Let's go down to why study the importance of your professional image. It says, clients rely on beauty professionals to look good, be well-groomed. Having a professional beauty image helps to build trust with clients and leads to repeat business. Finding a salon whose culture complements your image, standards, and goals is important for career growth and achievements. So you want to try to find a salon that kind of matches your aesthetic in a way. Because it's hard to fit in. Like, let's say you love doing like mohawks or like weird edgy haircuts. You won't want to work at a cute flowery kind of salon because that's probably not their main clientele. So keep that in mind when you guys are looking at salons that you want to work at. All right, let's talk about hygiene. Applying healthful habits in your daily routine. This first part says, being well-groomed begins with looking and smelling fresh. And let's talk about personal hygiene. Now, please practice personal hygiene because I don't want to have a conversation with anybody about how they need to shower because that's uncomfortable. So, let's talk about what's highlighted. It says, basic hygiene practices such as showering or bathing should never be omitted from daily personal care practices. Personal hygiene is the daily maintenance of cleanliness by practicing good healthful habits. When working as a stylist, makeup artist, nail technician, or esthetician, you'll be in close proximity to clients. People can smell you. All right? Let's go down to this part where I underlined in blue. It says, rather than telling you that you smell offensive, most clients will simply not return and may tell others about their bad experience. Like, oh my gosh, they smelled so bad. Don't go to them. All right? Another thing with dress code, I typically ask people to have clothes that cover their armpits because you are going to be washing people's hair and your armpit's going to be hovering over their face often. And if you're stinky, they don't want to look straight into your armpit and be like, this is disgusting. I hate this. Or if you have deodorant chunks, you don't want that falling in your client's face. Disgusting. So that's another reason why I ask you guys to wear clothing that covers your armpits so your clients don't get a mouthful of armpit deodorant and just stink in general. Let's go down to this next highlighted part. It says, one of the best ways to ensure that you always smell fresh and clean is to create a hygiene pack to use at work. This pack should include the following items: toothbrush and toothpaste. You guys can get those little travel sizes. They're super cute. Another thing, I don't know if they still sell these, but they used to sell these little wisp toothbrushes. They had like a little ball of toothpaste in the center, and you could use them really quick and throw them away. Super convenient. Mouthwash is super great. You can get the tiny travel size at like the grocery store or even at the bookstore. You can get those. Especially in COVID times, this is very important, is sanitizing hand wipes or liquid to clean your hands between clients. And that's only if soap and water aren't available. But you want to make sure that you clean your hands between every client. And you keep them clean the whole time. Because we don't want to transfer like any diseases or disorders to anybody. Yucky, okay? Dental floss is another one that's important. Keep your teeth clean. You don't want a piece of salad in your teeth while you are doing some clients. I mean, granted, we're wearing masks now, so it doesn't matter as much, but when you don't have to wear a mask anymore, that's important, okay? I think it's important to also keep deodorant or antiperspirant and body wipes in there, just in case you do get sweaty. It's a hot day, you're blow drying, you're like, whoa, I'm sweating up a storm in here. You want to go and be able to reapply your deodorant or just go wipe yourself down, do a quick camping shower, you know? So you smell fresh, so people aren't like, stinky. So here is, the rest of it I highlighted them, or I underlined in blue because I feel like it's super important. It says your hygiene pack will be useful in maintaining the following good personal hygiene habits. Wash your hands throughout the day as required, including at the beginning of each service. You guys should have this down during COVID times. This should be second nature, so I hope we don't have to talk about it. Let's skip the self-check one because I hope that we know how that goes. Let's talk about brush and floss your teeth. Use mouthwash or breath mints throughout the day. Not as bad when you're wearing a mask because people can't see your teeth, so you guys get a pass on this one. But when you're not wearing a mask, you want to make sure you're not talking to somebody and like have rancid breath. Because that's the worst. And I'm sure you guys have experienced it. Just like, just stinky, stinky breath. You know, that sucks. This last one says, if you smoke cigarettes, do not smoke during work hours. Many clients find the lingering smell of smoke offensive. If you smoke during your lunch break, brush your teeth, use mouthwash, and wash your hands afterwards. I know some people will have like a specific smoking jacket that stays outside that they put on so they don't smell as stinky. So that's an option as well. On to the next page. Let's highlight this whole caution box, okay? Because this is super important. It says, many salons have no fragrance policy for staff members because a significant number of people are sensitive or allergic to a variety of chemicals, including perfume oils. Whether or not your salon has a no fragrance policy, perfume should not be worn at work. You just got to be careful because some people get super sensitive to it, and you don't want to make them uncomfortable or cause an allergic reaction. So don't bathe yourself in perfume every morning like a junior high boy does with Axe body spray. You know, calm it down. It's okay. Let's go to the very top under follow image building basics. It says, being well groomed advertises a beauty professional's commitment to the beauty industry. Consider yourself a walking billboard and make sure to follow personal grooming habits and practice professional behavior. Okay? You are your own billboard. You are what attracts clients to your chair. So keep that in mind when you are presenting yourself in public. This term, it says personal grooming, is the process of caring for parts of the body and maintaining an overall polished look. All right, let's go down to dress for success. We're going to talk about professional image. This is the impression you project through both your outward appearance and your conduct in the workplace. Your clothes must be clean, not simply free of dirt that you can see, but stain-free, a feat that is sometimes difficult to achieve in a salon environment. Hence, another reason why we require all black in our dress code, because you can't see the color stains. And they're easy to hide. And if you get a bleach stain on your shirt, you fill it in with a Sharpie and nobody will know. Because you are constantly coming into contact with products and chemicals that can stain fabric, investing in an apron or smock is advised. So part of your dress code is you have to wear your apron at all times. And it's because we do work with chemicals and we want to keep your clothing safe and you safe. So the apron's required. So that way if you spill something, you're good to go. You don't have to worry about it. Let's go down to some salons. Require employees to wear aprons at all times, while others have dress code rules such as black and white attire. These requirements are examples of a salon's culture and how stylists can dress for success. When shopping for work clothes, visualize how you would look in them while performing services. My advice here, which I put a little note on the side, it says dangly jewelry and sleeves are not the best thing to wear in this industry. Like, dangly bracelets, probably not the best because you're washing hair, you're blow drying. They're going to jingle jangle the whole time while you're doing it. And if you have dangly sleeves, they're going to dip into the hair color, they're going to dip into the shampoo sink, they're going to smear stuff around. So I would avoid them altogether because it's a mess. Trust me, I've done it. I've learned my lesson. All right? Let's go down to these bullet points down here. It says, wear clothing that is clean and fresh and current with fashion. Let's be trendy, guys. We're in the beauty industry. We got to look like we know what we're talking about. The next one says, choose clothing that is functional, comfortable, and stylish. I personally don't like wearing heels in the salon because we're standing all day. So I choose to spend my money shoe-wise on kind of trendy sneakers. So that way I'm comfy, but I also look cool because I'm wearing cool Nikes. So keep that in mind. Let's talk about this next bullet point on page 41. It says, wear shoes that are comfortable, have a low heel, and a good arch support. Okay? If you can wear heels and stand 8 hours a day in them and being fine, good for you. Okay? I'm not one of those people. I prefer comfy shoes that I can move around in all day, and then I won't be cursing at myself later when I get home. Okay? Let's talk about hair maintenance. Complement your professional wardrobe with up-to-date hairstyles. Okay? Remember, people see us as like the trendsetters. They want to know the next new thing. Okay? We're in charge of that. We got to keep our hair updated to go with the trends. So, hopefully, maybe don't do that stripy Kelly Clarkson and American Idol hairstyle look because it's a little outdated. Try to keep it up with some like balayage, some highlights, something, soft and natural. And then right here it says, remember you're a walking billboard. Keep that in mind, the way you present yourself. Let's talk about skincare and makeup. So not everybody wears makeup. I personally don't wear makeup. So you need to focus on one or the other or both if you can. If you personally don't like wearing makeup, then try to have a really good skin routine, which I know is hard with masks because, maskne is a thing. But try to make your skin look really nice and healthy. And if you do wear makeup, you want to make your makeup look professionally done, like you know what you're doing. Sound good? So right here it says, just like a smile, proper skincare and makeup application can help promote professional image. Having and maintaining healthy skin is an ongoing process. Trust me, I know. I am in the process of trying to get my skin happy again. So you want to develop a skincare regimen that works best with your skin type. We are lucky to go to school with estheticians, and they are more than happy to help you develop a routine. So if you see an SD, just be like, hey, if you got time, can you help me build a skin routine? And they would be more than happy to do it. Trust me, I pulled almost all of them aside to help me with my skin. Down here it says, applying makeup at your station is unprofessional and advertises that you have poor time management skills. It looks tacky, okay? Seeing somebody getting ready at their station, you're just like, oh, you weren't ready before? Like, it just looks tacky and unprofessional. So try to avoid doing your hair and makeup at your station. Sound good? Let's talk about nail care. Beauty industry professionals have the privilege of using their hands to make a living, but often neglect their own care. Manicures are a great way to relax hands and thoroughly clean your nails. Try to keep your nails done. They do get stained by hair color a lot, so I don't recommend light colors for your nails, but you want to make sure that they look good and not gross, because people will look at them and be like, ew, what were they doing? Let's talk about professional behavior. This is a big one, okay? A positive attitude is one of the foundational principles in developing a professional image. Negative gossip and impolite demeanors can bring an ideal atmosphere to a halt. Always be considerate and treat everyone respectfully. Politeness is the hallmark of professionalism. Even under pressure, cooperating with colleagues is a great way to learn. Alright, I know that sometimes drama can happen in the salon. Okay? That it's a normal thing, but you want to stay polite. No gossip. That just tears down the whole environment. If you need to vent about something at work, wait till you get home to somebody who is outside of the situation, okay? It will cause more harm than good. Let's go. It says, another principle for developing professional image is communication. A frequent form of communication that can easily be misunderstood is online communication. Establishing a professional online image is an essential image building attribute. Social media websites, including photo sharing sites, can quickly diminish a person's reputation if media etiquette is neglected, which we talked about earlier. Just keep it professional, no gossip, don't call people out on your professional page, you know. It's tacky and it's just not cool, and we have school policies against that, so you can get in trouble for it. All right? So for your social media, these do's and don'ts, it says do manage your personal pages and walls, use social media to communicate with peers and clients, and post helpful content. So what one of my friends does is she always posts, if she doesn't have like hair to post, or if she doesn't have like any nails, because she usually does nails the most, she will post like, oh, my favorite product is this, and here's like a little informational tool about product. Or she'll post a video of like how to take care of your nails at home, or how to do your hair in this style at home. And it's super helpful stuff, and it's a great thing to post on your page if you're running out of content. Don't, on your professional pages, don't use profane language. People get offended by it. You know, we live in Utah. Just keep that in mind. Don't participate in arguments online. Moving to the next page. One thing that I like to talk about professionalism whenever you're talking in person or online is avoid the topics. Avoid politics, religion, and sex, okay? Those topics don't come up in your professional work life because they cause controversy and it will cause arguments. Just don't even bring it up. In your personal life, do whatever you want. But for your professional life, keep it professional. Let's go down to this caution box. It says, flip-flops and open-toed shoes are not safe to wear around electrical tools and sharp implements. We do not allow open-toed shoes at our school because we work with chemicals. People drop their hot tools a lot. People drop their shears a lot. And it will, slice your feet or damage your feet. So keep that in mind with shoe wear. You want to wear something that's got a good grip, that you can stand in all day, and that you can drop something on it and your feet will be fine. Let's talk about proper ergonomics. Your physical presentation involves your posture and the way you walk and move. Good posture conveys an image of confidence and can prevent fatigue and many other physical problems. Sitting or standing improperly can put a great deal of stress on your neck, shoulders, back, and legs. I have a posture problem. One of the best things is you can get one of those little tools, like the straps that go around your shoulders from Amazon. And it's painful at first because it's like you're relearning how to sit. But it's really great for your posture and it will help you in the long term. So right here it says, some guidelines for achieving and maintaining good posture include the following. Keep your neck elongated and balanced above the shoulders. Lift your upper body so that your chest is up and out. Don't slouch. Hold your shoulders level and relaxed, not scrunch. And sit with your back straight. Let's go down to body movement. Ergonomics. This is the science of designing the workplace as well as its equipment and tools to make specific body movements more comfortable, efficient, and safe. For example, a hydraulic chair can be raised or lowered to accommodate stylists of different heights, allowing each stylist to service clients without bending over too far. So ergonomics, like, think of it like your shears. Like, trying to cut hair with normal scissors is painful because they're not ergonomically designed to do that. Hair cutting shears are different because they're designed to be comfortable in your hand and not cause any damage that's unnecessary. Down here, what I underlined, it says, each year, hundreds of cosmetologist professionals report musculoskeletal, disorders, including carpal tunnel syndrome. Hi, it's prevalent in our industry. This is a wrist industry. Injury and back injuries. A lot of people hurt their back doing hair. I did the first couple years. just from washing my hair and holding my body incorrectly because I thought it was invincible, but it's fine. Let's talk about this highlighted part. It says, beauty professionals may have to stand or sit all day and perform repetitive movements. This makes them susceptible to problems of the hands, wrists, shoulders, neck, back, feet, and legs. Prevention is the key to avoiding problems. One thing that I want to advise you guys to do is to stretch a lot to keep your muscles loose so you don't damage. I'll show you guys how to do hand yoga when we're in class to keep our wrists flexible so we don't cause damage to them. If you are able to get massages frequently, go for it because your muscles are going to get tense from all the blow drying, the cutting. We use our upper body a lot. Okay? Let's go down here. It says, to avoid problems, monitor yourself as you work to see if you're falling into these bad habits. Gripping or squeezing implements too tight, bending your wrist up and down repeatedly, or contorting your wrist when using the tools of your profession. Holding your arms too far away from your body as you work. So these are things that can cause damage in the long run. You want to try to loosen your grip. You want to make sure you're not overusing your wrist because that will cause damage. You want to make sure you try to keep it straight as you work. Holding your arms too far away also will cause damage, especially when you're doing nails. People tend to hold their arms too far away from their body, and it can cause a lot of upper body stress. So, right here, it says to avoid ergonomic-related injuries, I can't speak, guys. Follow these guidelines. Keep your wrists as straight or neutral position as much as possible. When giving a manicure, don't reach across the table. Have the client extend their body or their arms to you, okay? Use ergonomically designed implements. Go to the next page, page 44. Continuing on, it says, keep your back and neck straight. Stand on an anti-fatigue mat. So we have little mats under the stations out on the floor, and it helps so that you can stand all day longer without hurting yourself. If you are going to have an at-home salon, if that's the plan, then you need an anti-fatigue mat because it's a lifesaver. The next one says, when standing to cut hair, position your legs hip-width apart, bend your knees slightly, and align your pelvic area with your abdomen. And we'll talk about body positioning when we get to hair too, and what to do when we're cutting. Right here it says, counter the negative impacts of repetitive motions for long periods spent in one position by stretching and walking around at intervals. Always put your well-being first. Here's this fun activity just to kind of stretch your wrists and fingers, keep them healthy. So you can practice these exercises to relieve stress from like cutting hair, doing hair throughout the day, nails, all that jazz. So for your wrists, you want to stand up straight. This is what I call hand yoga, and I'll show you guys how to do this in class. Okay? For your fingers, this is on the test right here. It says, get a ball the size of a tennis ball or a tension ball or like a stress ball. You want to grip it tightly for a count of 5, then you release, and you keep doing that about 5 times. For your shoulders, we get a lot of stress built up in our shoulders. You want to stand straight and shrug your shoulders upward, roll them back, count to 5, reverse the direction, and roll your shoulders forward for a count of 5. And then you repeat that about 5 times. All right, friends, and that's the end of chapter 3. And thank you for watching and listening to me and listening to my dog whine in the background.